We gotta move up. A garbage gamer 9,000 for 10. I hope Nick ends up being Kanye's running mate on the West Fuentes ticket, and every single day some show host exposes one of the millions of clips of Nick talking about how he's going to be Hitler 2, 3, and 4. The problem is, and Kanye said it during the Alex Jones interview, Nick was too young. He said otherwise he would. But, I mean, the question is who would be the VP on this ticket? Maybe it's this man. Owen Benjamin. Folks. Here's Milo welcoming Owen Benjamin to the campaign team. He's got his Yay 2024 jacket. It says, "Are you getting it yet?" And let's go to number 2 here. It's, I think, another picture of him in the Yay jacket. He's looking pensive. Says, "Now excuse me as I steal my own bike." Now, Owen claims to be the person that invented the joke that black people steal bicycles. Is obviously not so. But also believes that Dave Chappelle stole every one of his jokes from Owen Benjamin, who's a third-rate prop comedian. Here's Owen Benjamin being welcomed by Kanye, talking about how they're on the phone together.
Oh, really? Cool. Let's check it out.
This last 24 hours for me has been wildly interesting. Me and Ye together are like such bean spillers. You talk with Dave for real? Rebecca Bear, swear to God, I talked to him for an hour. Like, I talked to him on the phone yesterday 3 times, and he called me at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's like my new best buddy.
I'm sorry.
Calling you at 4?
I'm sorry, but can anybody, like, if you guys actually know who Owen Benjamin is, like, the idea that Kanye West is calling Owen Benjamin at 4 in the morning for advice and help. Like,
It's crazy.
Let's just play this out, and then I'm going to try and explain who Owen is very briefly. And we're going to get into Nick and Owen's previous feuds and all that, but let's just let this play out.
Dude, the dude is like an artistic champion. He's got a really good heart, and you can't just persecute people like that. Smart dude, I'll tell you what, man, that dude is smart. When it comes to engineering and words, and the synchronicities were nuts. I'm going to keep a lot of the conversation private, but the dude's awesome, man. He's a great dude, and it's all organic. I was like, yeah, you know, a lot of people don't trust the story because you're a celebrity and it's all scripted. He goes, who's scripting it? God? There's not really that much left to answer. I just wanted to include you guys on the funny journey. And just let you know that he is authentic. He is just pursuing. He is like one of those algorithmic musical time traveler types like myself.
He's a musical time traveler. Okay. I just want to point out in the background there, you'll see it says Bertaria.
Bertaria, yeah.
And so, for those of you who don't know who Owen Benjamin is, Owen Benjamin was a third-rate prop piano comedian in Hollywood.
Oh.
He was engaged to Christina Ricci, and then she broke up with him.
Christina
then
Ricci,
proceeded
like from Adam Wednesdays?
Yes.
Adam
yes.
Where's the Adam brother? Sorry. Wow.
Okay. He went on the Joey Diaz show. Took an edible that Joey Diaz gave him. He tripped so much sack on this edible that he actually lost his mind completely, and the week after sold all of his possessions and property, moved to Idaho to pursue an agrarian lifestyle, a primitive lifestyle, away from the control of the Jews. And he then proceeded to take all the red pills all at once. And he went from, saying that, trans children, that's too much, to then he actually started to believe that the earth is flat and that man never went to the moon. His takes include drinking turpentine will cleanse you of the parasites. Turpentine is toxic and will fuck you up if you drink turpentine. It's like drinking bleach. What he did was he said that we all need to, by the way, he calls himself Big Bear. This is a very, it's impossible to dump all the Owen lore.
It's like you're giving the gist. Yeah.
He calls himself Big Bear, kind of like Big Brother. He forces all of his followers to take on a bear name. like Violin Bear, Jonestown Bear, Mo Bear, whatever the
Okay.
And he told all the bears that if they just would give him $400, he would buy $1 million piece of property in Idaho, and that everybody who gave him $400 would be allowed to live on this cult compound called Beartaria. They would live out the end times free from Jewish influence in Beartaria. Needless to say, the cult compound didn't end up happening. He just scammed them all and used their money to buy himself a piece of property. I did a documentary about this poor old woman because this really exploited like the most vulnerable and poor people.
God, I remember
because they're
the
like
girl with the eyedropper for the turpentine.
Turpentine, and she was like smoking turpentine out of her bong.
You showed me this.
So there was like a homeless old lady that drove to Beartaria thinking that she could like live there, and she like stalked Owen to the post office, and he told her to get that he owned the property and that she should die. So like the homeless old lady is still like driving around in the winter, like trying to survive.
She's not dead yet, so
that's kind of like a brief explanation of who Owen Benjamin is.
Whoa.
Now Owen and Nick were enemies for a long time, and Owen actually threatened to chop Nick Fuentes' head off and bury his head behind underneath the fence on his property.
Understandable.
So Nick then went on Alex Jones's show and called out Owen for being a homosexual. So it's all like coming full circle. What? It really is like all the dimensional merge, all the timelines. Like the fact that Owen is then mentioned on the Alex Jones broadcast with Nick Fuentes and Kanye. And all these years ago, got felted by little nipples, which is what he calls Fuentes, his little nipples.
That's
little nipples.
Did he make that up?
Yes. Yes.
And you called him that? That's what, dude. See that? Oh my God, Chris Chan was right. Whoa,
it's amazing.
All right,
I want to give proper credit. This clip comes from Johnny Arcade. Johnny Arcade was, I think, one of the very first people that ever watched me back in the day. Is probably the foremost authority on Owen Benjamin on this earth. If you want to know a lot of the Owen lore, now mind you, a lot of his channels have been flagged down, so his current channel is not as comprehensive as it could be. But if you go to Johnny Arcade's channel, you can see a lot of Owen Benjamin clips.
Is he still around now, or is he not around anymore?
Oh yeah, he's still around. No, I mean he posted this week to Felt Owen.
Oh, I see.
I think he also went by Jonestown Bear at one time, which was
sounds so familiar. This guy Johnny Arcade, but yeah. Anyway, all
right.
Alrighty, here we go. What year was this? Do you remember? 2016.
I think this was 2020 or yeah.
Wow.
It was like 2020 or 2020. It wasn't that long ago.
Okay.
It wasn't that long ago.
Alrighty.
Yeah. It sounds like one of Owen Benjamin's followers. Owen Benjamin, I believe, is homosexual and Jewish or something. So it sounds like some strange,
he is actually
crazed
also Jewish and homosexual. So once again, it's all coming together for the Kanye campaign team. Just saying.
Individual. So, I would just dismiss that. Sounds like a bunch of mentally stuff going on there.
So we're up again. Oh my gosh, what if you cross Owen Benjamin with Gorka the gay whale? No, Owen Benjamin is he's a big guy. He's been here in studio. Nice. He's a nice fella. Come on. Maybe I should host a debate between you and Owen Benjamin.
Yeah, sure. If he would show up to this one. He fled. I tried to challenge him to a debate. He tried to make it about the moon or something. But honestly, I think he's a pretty sick guy. You know, he's a pretty sick and disturbed individual. This is somebody who threatened to kill me. He talks about my family. But I think it's a lot of projection. You know, his father's homosexual. I think he's a homosexual. I think he jerks off with guys. He said that at one point. He's like 25.
Okay, let's stop. I didn't mean to open.
Alex is like, hold on. Alex, just shut it down.
He's like, hang on. He's like, wait. He's like, mixed up.
jerk off with guys. His dad's gay. Well, that's what Owen. I mean, Owen has said all of this stuff. Like, it's not.
We in real life.
In the Pandora's box with the gay well joke.
Sure.
That was real audio of Nicholas Fuentes this week saying that I'm a homosexual Jew. Do you know why him and the Milkers call me homosexual?
Why?
I've had a lifestyle in the past that probably resembled a gay lifestyle. I've never done gay shit with a dude except for room wax. There have been times when me and my buddies
Pause it.
tried to figure out how to whack.
So a room whack is when you circle jerk with your bros.
Oh.
Owen terminology. Let's continue to play
It's a
this. Let's
room whack.
Off together. The priest I grew up in times when me and my buddies tried to figure out how to whack off together. The priest I grew up with used to have little kids suck his dick. I've never had a dude blow me since I was a very small child. I've never, as an adult, touched a man sexually. He was like, "Oh, so you admit?" I go, "Yeah, I was molested as a kid before."
I tried being gay when I was once. You know, I tried it out. I wanted to see if I was gay. I had a relationship with a man. It didn't work out, though. You know, a lot of it had to do with the age difference. You know, I was 8, he was 70.
When I was a kid, the world was so perverse and upside down and disgusting that I thought dudes all whacked off together. My whole town thought that. Like, I know some kind of gay, I still call them gay guys, but a guy that, like, banged a dude or something and then, like, realized it was a sinful act, and then for the rest of his life, he's gay? So, I'm not the gay one. You are. You're the gay one. Only closet homos hate homosexuals.
I really realized my sexuality until I was at least, I would say at least 10. I only say that because I remember being in our new house and saying,
I thought I was gay till around 10.
I didn't know what gay.
This was the time in our life where we're like, let's prove to ourselves that girls want our dicks.
We spent almost the whole week at a gay bar.
We did.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Almost the entire week.
We've hit some gay bars in LA and done pretty well for ourselves back in the day.
Many
Yeah.
men.
Because dudes will. You're identified by what you.
Asexual. Well, that's another way to say it, yes. What if I don't want people to know?
Yes.
What it
I said that to someone on Twitter recently. They were like, you're a bigot, or some shit. I go, how do you know I'm not gay? Like, how do you know I'm not bi? How many dicks do you got to suck to be bi?
Yes.
8 dicks? Does childhood count?
Yep.
They give me dicks in my mouth and butt in public behind a dump.
Who did that again? One more shot.
Johnny Arcade.
Johnny
Johnny
Arcade,
Arcade.
ladies and gentlemen.
Search him up on YouTube. Johnny Arcade, a f***ing legend, an Owen Benjamin scholar, unreal guy, a f***ing king.
That was the editing on that was so f***ing good, man.
So good. He's been at this a while.
The keeper
He's
up,
got it
Johnny,
all
man.
compiled. The keeper of the Owen Benjamin lore. The final clip, it's just so damning, where he's like, we used to cruise the gay bars. We did well for ourselves.
So
I mean,
fun.
there's a... Okay, so we set the stage here.
Yeah.
Owen Benjamin.
We set the stage. We set more than the stage. This is insanity. Jesus
this is just
Christ.
like such a surface level skimming of the Owen lore.
Yeah.
But, Owen Benjamin believes that the moon landing never happened.
Of course.
And that the Earth is flat. Now, he doesn't say it's flat anymore. He says it's a realm. He denies that it's a sphere. Now, what he means by it being a realm, nobody's really sure. But it's a realm. Okay? We've never been to space. We've never been to the moon. Dinosaurs never existed. What else? Okay, so he's actually been banned from Thanksgiving and Christmas by his wife's family. They no longer allow him over because every time he goes over there, he argues with her family that the moon landing didn't happen. And he like smashes shit and gets like irrationally angry about the moon landing. He's also got into arguments about whether or not the Holocaust happened, which I think was the final straw with her family. So he makes up a cope here about how he didn't want to eat. He was like dieting, like he didn't go over to her family's house. It's actually that he's been banned, but he's going to burn his children's books.
Okay. While they're at Dinner.
With his wife's family, yeah.
Okay.
The wife and the kids are having dinner at her mom's tonight, which I usually really enjoy going to, but I've been on a pretty intense detox diet of no sugar or bread, and her mother, to give her credit, is an unbelievable cook. So I don't think there was any way I was going to withstand some of her cooking, so I tapped out. And so what's the best thing to do when you're home alone without the family? Rifle through your son's books that may not have sat right with you. And you don't want to do it in front of them.
Oh, no. Dinosaur Rocket's going to really corrupt the child, by the way, folks.
It's corrupted the child.
Dinosaur Rocket.
This is schizophrenia.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Lie. So my boy will never bring this book to me again and say, Dad, will you read me this book? No, we're having a good old-fashioned book burning. Oh, what are they going to do? Are they going to get on the rocket and go to the moon? Oh, book burning. The countdown to launch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's off. Being burned. People that got hit that are like, my dad, I'm going to take him down. That's because it's a guy like me who shouldn't have ever spanked their kid. Because it's personal. That's why I don't ever hit my kid, because I would be that guy. And that's why I never do it, because I'm too emotional. I get fired up. Fired up is the exact opposite than what you would want in that situation. Like the only physical stuff I've done with Wally is if we're playing rough and he really hits my nose hard, I'll do half as hard on his nose. And he's like, whoa. And I'm like, that's what it feels like. Because I want him to be able to play well with other boys, which he does. And so the only time I've ever been physical with him was never been anger. It's always been play. Where I just want him to know what it feels like, what he just did, in a much softer way. So that when he's playing with boys, his age, he doesn't just poke someone in the eye and laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I'm sure he's a father of the year there, a real impeccable candidate. Do we want to watch this? He's talking about how parasites make you gay. I don't have to watch all of it, but because it's long. But
it's a long one. Do we do it on the poll? Do we do a poll? I mean,
you guys want to see? I mean, listen, this guy is fucking nuts. We're not even scratching the surface of Bertaria.